Gentleman from New York is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I thank the gentleman from Colorado for yielding me such time. First, let me say that this previous question and the rule should be defeated. Not just because it is designed to undo the protections that help the American people. Not just because of that, but because voting for this will prevent Congress, this chamber, this body, from clearly rejecting some of the White House's worst behavior. Just over a week ago, the White House issued a statement on International Holocaust Remembrance Day. That statement failed to mention that 6 million Jewish people were killed in the Holocaust. Never mentioned them. It's deeply troubling because the United States has, until now, been at the forefront of the fight against efforts that would deny the extent of Jewish suffering and death during the Holocaust. And yes, there are still many deniers of the Holocaust who traffic in conspiracy and claim that the whole thing never happened. It should be a shocking omission coming from the White House, but frankly, not all that surprising for an administration based on a campaign that trafficked in anti-Semitism. But you know what? I thought to myself, maybe they'll fix the statement. Maybe this is all a misunderstanding, an accident. But no, they didn't fix it. They doubled down and they defended it. And not only that, we found out that the White House purposely took out the language stating that Jews died in the Holocaust. So it was not an error. It was purposeful from beginning to end. Now, I know this. The White House thinks it's living in a post-factual world. They think that they can get away with saying anything they like and anything they want, and that people will just believe it. But the truth is, what they say has very, very real consequences. Even after our parents and grandparents, the greatest generation, fought and worked so hard to defeat Nazism, now we see a public dinner party held right here in this city where people were doing the Nazi salute. Even after there has been so much work to stop targeting of religions, now we're seeing a resurgence of swastikas across the country and around the world. Even after law enforcement has worked hard to protect our people, now there is a wave of bomb threats against synagogues. This is what's happening. This is fact. And frankly, those now feeling emboldened were inspired by the president, first in his campaign and now in his presidency. We all know that one of the president's members of his National Security Council led a website that fosters extremist views. So don't count me amongst the surprise when the White House issues a statement like this. But don't expect me to accept it either. No Democrat nor Republican should accept it. So I urge my colleagues to vote against this previous question, against this rule, to allow consideration of a resolution that states Congress, this Congress, its clear position against Holocaust deniers. We need to restate the truth as clearly as we can. The White House was wrong on this issue. And here are some more facts. Yes, the Holocaust happened. No, the Jewish people weren't simply another group of people in a long list of targets. The Holocaust was designed to eliminate the Jewish people from the face of the earth. Other groups of people were targeted and killed. But anti-Semitism was at the core of the Nazi ideology of a final solution. As the late Nobel Peace Prize recipient, Elie Wiesel said, while receiving the gold medal from President Ronald Reagan, and I quote, It is true that not all victims were Jews, but all Jews were victims. I implore my colleagues on both sides of the aisle to reject this measure so that we can, in a bipartisan way, express the truth. Because if people aren't going to tell the truth about this, then we're all lost. And truthfully, I found the White House statement to be shameful. Shameful. It needs to stop. And it needs to stop now. And this is your chance to lend your voice to the record. Will you stand with me? Will you stand against Jewish Holocaust deniers? Don't be enablers. This is your opportunity. There may not be another to repudiate what the White House has done. Vote no on this previous question and vote no on this rule. And I yield back.